happen.
Back with another video.
Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Like, share, subscribe. You know what's up, man. I'm trying to get my little page up there. Playing a little Madden right now. Let's see y'all. Show y'all how I work.
Allen goes on the draw for McCoy.
Show you how I work.
A couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
The pass to Brown as he holds it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go, y'all. The ball, man. The ball.
2nd and 12. Allen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Damn.
Down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 23. They'll run on first down. It's McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen, he finds McCoy. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football.
Good job, boy. Come on, Colts,
like
boy.
When the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
I love everything about Andrew Luck's game, but I also love his worldliness. Some of his formative years were spent growing up outside of the United States. And I think that that's helped him when he came back because now he's seen the world. And I think that helped him mature a little bit as well.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Luck. Taken in by the tight end.
Let's go, baby.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. Valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. From the gun, here's Luck. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
To throw is Love. That'll be caught by Rodgers.
Nigga! Nigga! Nigga, yeah, boy.
Now 2 completions on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Get in there.
Types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
I thought I did.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Clock throwing again. And he's got his man. It's Hilton.
Yeah, baby.
Touchdown.
You see it?
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Hi-yow.
Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Oh, excuse me.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Oh, man. It wasn't. Oh.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Throwing again is Love.
Oh!
Line, but it's incomplete.
Good one, boy.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try to work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must have steal possessions in this game. That maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
58, round 80! 58, right there. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. And he is going to go down. They stick him on the final play of the first quarter. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. 3rd and long. It's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, baby.
Because
the baby
can stop at any point and make it available to the quarterback to get a completion. I love the communication we saw there.
Oh, shit.
Pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then able to
that's fucked up. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. You're fucked up.
From that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Play clock down to 0. This is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Woo!
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator,
I'm glad, boy.
All-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now this one,
boy.
2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now Love.
Go, 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 ho, 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 ho. Niggas what, boy? Huh? Nigga. Push me down, foul me out, kick my ass, I'm gonna score, nigga.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in
boy, I'm gonna score, nigga.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was
mad, baby.
Special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL,
done, boy. Yeah, you can't catch me, nigga.
In a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
What's up, talking about, boy?
So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Out of the gun, Luck. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2nd and 5 now. Allen, and he finds Beasley complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. 12, 3, y'all. All game. It's good, though.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And the grab by Cross. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on second down. Allen, Cole Beasley, the intended target. Third down here. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense
has
traded stress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Why did you come up here, though? What the fuck? Dumbass.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Allen hands off to McCoy. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Fans, a reminder. I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's
go.
Things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
Let's get it, y'all.
Hey, if you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches
let's get these niggas, man.
The number one thing they look
for
these niggas, man. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun.
No.
Just a little bit too much.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
4th down, y'all. Stop him right here. Stop him right here, y'all. Stop him right here, y'all. Right here. Stop him right here, y'all. Let's go, though.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Hauschka's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Give the defense a little bit of rest. Let them settle down over there. So all the reason, that's a good drive.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the side.
Let's go, baby! Yeah, baby!
Just before time, 51 yards.
That's That's a big-time pitching catch right there, partner. I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath, but nowadays,
look at that pass.
They're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air.
Might do it again. Other side.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Got it there. What? Stop playing with me. What? Stop playing, boy. Stop playing, boy. Stop playing, boy.
For the final moments here of the second quarter, they don't want to give up anything on the other side.
Why?
It almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
A shotgun snap for Locke. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by
Go watch my live, y'all. Deshaun Smith, man. D.A.
Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts versus running on two-point conversions?
D.A. Dog, shit. Talk about
what is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball two-point conversion, but the stats that running it is about as proficient. So know your team.
Deshaun Smith, y'all. Look me up, man. On the fly away.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Allen now going to throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Looking deep now for McCoy, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Chester Rogers deep for Indianapolis. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. Looking deep for Hilton. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites the team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Here's Luck. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This fielded at the 2. And he works free. And he's into the clear. And the Colts are in for the touchdown.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here.
Ready?
Luck now to throw. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, and go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And the Bills are going to recover.
We got this. Mike down 80. 50.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Allen now on first down. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring them indeed with that score alone. So the Colts now bringing the offense back onto the field as they'll go for 2. Back to throw. Love. Pass incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. On the counter, here's McCoy. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got you to spin their ears back and get after him now.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
You can't give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 70 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Luck. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. That could also result in a melee later, though. And the Bills are going to recover.
Come on now, let's go.
Time now for the Indianapolis defense to come back on the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Hey, we got 4 now.
Allen off the play fake. He's going to take off with it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Let's go, defense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now Brown, he lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Allen to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
I was going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 39 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Throwing is Love. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Bills are going to recover.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss up 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
23 yards on the play.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
So don't say nothing.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to take off with it. Allen hit. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. And he's brought down. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
And the Bills are going to recover. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got it.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. We have played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. He's going to let this go in. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 38 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
The previous play is under review.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He completes it to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
To the air. Allen looking middle, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And again, it's Allen. He finds McCoy. 17 yards to pick up there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. Mike 50. Hey, come on now, come on now.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, short throw hauled in by Croft. And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Vinatieri now for the point after. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. They've got this big lead. They said, forget one, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
319. Mike 50, huh? I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Danico Autry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Colt offense and T.Y. Hilton making their way back out. He's been a load for them to handle defensively. I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. That'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way down to the 29. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, once again, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Luck going to throw it. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here come the Bills. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Watch run, watch run. Let's go.
On first down, Allen. Then he finds Beasley, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check, 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 check.
From midfield, here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Allen's throw is complete. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And it's incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Allen now on first down. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on
that's the end of my game, man. Like, share, subscribe. They Sean Smith, man.
Did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game to the team that had a big lead? And in each instance, I asked the coach, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Colts are winners.